What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long time. I'm not going to get into where I've been on this video. I'll leave that for the next video. This one's actually going to be a little bit shorter video. I just decided since we're going to get kicking back into the YouTube that we might as well start off with the most amazing thing that has happened this entire season. So a little while ago, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I had melanistic Aatrox babies born. I had 4 of them that came out of litter. Kind of small, but it was the first litter, so I'm not really surprised, but they were very big babies. Now, today, we have to go ahead and feed them. Now, normally you won't see live feedings on my channel, but these guys are brand new. They are not taking frozen thawed. I've already tried twice, so I had to break down, go get some live pinkies, and we're gonna go ahead and feed them. But first, one of them has a stuck shed on the head, and we're gonna go ahead and get that off. But first, I wanna soak him a little bit to make it easier. So we're gonna go ahead and get this guy down and get him soaked and show you what we're gonna do here. So, they are very little. I have been keeping them in these big snap lock tubs. And this one right here has a stuck shed on his head. So, he's hiding underneath the paper there. I'm gonna go ahead right here. I'll show you, see him right there. Now I know it's kind of, lighting in here kind of sucks. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna grab a light. Alright, now we got some lights on here so you can see, obviously, right here by his head, he's got a hole. Right here by his head, obviously he has a whole bunch of stuck shed. So, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna let him soak before I try and peel that off. I already filled this up right here with some lukewarm water. I'm gonna set it right inside of his tub here with him. I'm gonna get the lid ready because he's not gonna like this. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and get him soaking so it softens the skin, so that way I can go in and I can peel it off nice and easy and I'm not like pulling and tugging on him. So let's go ahead, get him hooked up here. Now, being an Aatrox, they generally don't ride a hook very well. And these guys tend to go spastastic. Cool part is if you notice, this guy is almost completely, if not, we'll know in the next few sheds here, completely patternless. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Now, I've had a lot of people messaging me, asking me when these guys are going to be available, and I'm actually decided I'm going to keep all of these 4 babies that I produced. So, sorry guys, you have to wait for the next batch. Alright, ooh, little strike. Alright, we're going to put them in the water there. Hopefully it'll hold in there long enough for me to get the lid on. And there we go. Alright, and we're just going to go ahead and let this guy soak for about 20 minutes. We're going to go ahead and let this guy soak for about 20 minutes, let that shed get nice and soft, and then we'll go ahead and peel it off, and then we'll get to feeding him. So in the meantime, I'm going to set him aside, and we're going to go ahead and pull down the next one, and we're going to get right into the feedings. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take the water dish out so it doesn't get spilled all over the place. Now I'm going to go ahead and move some of this paper so I can find him. There he is. I'm actually just going to go ahead and pull it out. Look at that pretty little shed. That's the sign that you know they're ready to start feeding, is them sheds. And you can see this guy actually has pattern on him, so he's just a standard melanistic. Now the melanistic is basically what gives him the all black look. It's a morph of Western Diamondback. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a live pinky mouse in there. And we'll see what he does here. What we're looking for is for him to strike. He may not, just because he's a little bit not understanding what's going on here, but that's what we're hoping for. He's definitely looking at it. You can see the tongue flicks coming out. No, this isn't the best lighting. Let's see if I can switch this light around. Get some better lighting on it. And this lighting is not doing me any justice, but a little bit of stage fright there, buddy. Alright, well, that one's being a little bit shy. He is tongue flicking pretty good, which means he's kind of tasting, sensing, getting an idea of his surroundings. He's probably just a little bit nervous. He doesn't understand why there's these big blobs of heat above him, watching everything he does. So I'm going to go ahead and just put the lid on him for a second. I'm going to set him aside and just give him some time to himself. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. See them nice tongue flicks? He's thinking, he's tasting, he's smelling. These are brand new babies, so this is very new to them. They still are kind of figuring it out. Instincts will hopefully take over. We're looking for a strike. Again, I think we're going to have to give these guys some time by themselves. They're being a little bit camera shy. Watch your hands, babe. Well, per usual, as soon as you pull out the camera, nothing wants to do what it's supposed to do. But that's alright. We're going to go ahead and just do the same thing with this guy. We're just going to set him by himself, let him get nice and calm and relaxed. And I'll check on these guys in a few hours and see if they've taken them. If not, we'll kind of do a little bit of teasing and get them a little riled up, and that usually does the trick. So I'm going to go ahead and just put the lid on this one, set that guy up there, and see if the last one will do what I want it to. And this last one is actually one of my favorites. He's kind of more of your standard melanistic where you get the lining in there and you can see the pattern real well, and it almost looks like a greenish olive color, which is really interesting. I'll be very excited. I'll be very, very excited to see what this guy sheds out to as he grows into his adult phase. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and drop this live pinky mouse in there. Ooh, he went right for a strike right away. That's a good sign. I think he missed. Oh yeah, good strike, good strike. That's what we want to see, a nice, good strike. A little bit scared of it yet. You guys can see that venom is very fast acting. That pinky mouse is already deceased. That was very fast. So that was pretty amazing. Now again, I am not a big fan of doing live feedings on my channel. I know there's lots of other channels that do, and I have nothing against it. I have fed live stuff to my animals many, many, many times. The reason I'm doing it in this situation is A, they're brand new babies. You're going to have to get them feeding most of the time on live first before you start switching them over to frozen thawed, which eventually that will be the case, like all of my venomous that are switched over to frozen thawed. But I also want to use this, since I have to, as an educational tool. So you see, that didn't take very long. We'll do like a stopwatch thing, or I'll try and figure it out as to how long from strike to actual death of that pinky it was, but it was very fast. Now, there's a common misconception out there that baby snakes are more deadly than, say, an adult snake of the same species when it comes to venom. That is 100% false. What you're actually seeing is these baby snakes haven't learned to regulate their venom yet. Okay? Venom to a venomous snake is very valuable to them. It's not very easy for them to produce. They have to go through a lot of nutrients and proteins that they take out of their body to replace it. When they're babies, they generally don't regulate it. So if you take an adult western diamondback, it's only going to use enough venom to subdue its prey. They know that. They know how much to use. That's why they can bite, and they can bite, and they can bite, and they can get venom every time. When you come to babies, they haven't quite got that figured out yet. They'll figure it out fast, but not right out the gate. So a lot of times when these babies bite and inject the venom into their prey, they dump their whole load. So that's why you've seen how quick that pinky died, because that pinky probably got 4 times the venom that it actually needed. Pretty interesting. So they're not kind of striking on their own, so they probably don't know what's going on. So what I'm going to do is kind of tease them until it strikes, which usually these guys don't play around. Oh, there was a strike right there. that's a good sign that the mouse was actually envenomated. If you look here, he's urinating and defecating. That's his body letting out all the last of everything. It just kind of flushes everything out. And there you go. That's how fast it is. Now again, we're going to go ahead and put the lid on this guy, let him be nice and calm and comfortable by himself, and he'll come over and he will go ahead and swallow that up. Alright guys, so wife accidentally forgot to hit record on this last one. Kind of sucks because it was pretty epic. When I was talking about how they don't control their venom and these babies just kind of unleash their entire load, when this snake struck this pinky mouse, it dumped so much venom that as it let go, it was still spraying venom. If you guys look right in here, can you see them droplets on camera? You're gonna have to zoom in, babe. Look at that. That is all venom. There's venom here, venom here. That snake unloaded every drop of venom it had. And that's a pretty common thing for baby venomous snakes. And that's why they have the common misconception that they're more venomous or they're deadlier or their venom's more potent. The venom is exactly the same. They're just delivering a lot more of it because as they get older, they're going to realize how precious that venom is to them and how hard it is for their body to reproduce it. So they're going to start to regulate it by the size of their prey, which is why a lot of times some of your snakes will give you false bites where they actually, what's considered a dry bite, to where they bite and they actually don't inject venom. It's more of a warning bite. Get back, stay away. That was not a warning bite. That baby snake unloaded all of its venom into that pinky and it took seconds for it to pass away. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pack this guy, put the lid back on, set him aside, let him get nice and comfortable and relaxed, and with any luck, when I come back and check on these guys, they'll have big fat bellies. Alright, so it's actually been about 45 minutes or so. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one down, get him set, and see if that skin got soft enough to where we can easily pull it off. And 2 of the A-tracks already ate, one of them still being a little stinker, so, but that's a good thing, 2 of them actually ate. I'll show you guys those in a second. And let's go ahead and get to this guy first. Very, very important that we get this guy stuck shut off because that can cause all sorts of problems if it gets left and doesn't get taken care of. So, go ahead and snap that. Use my tongs or my hook. There we go. Alright, so we can get him out of that water. Alright, so this is actually going to be a little tricky because I just found my pinners, my small pinners, out in my kid's toy box. Rubber piece is missing. Don't even know how he got a hold of these. So, where normally I would just gently pin the snake so I can get it, I'm not going to be able to do that. So we're going to have to try and use my grabbers and these and see if we can gently pin it off without actually having to restrain the snake because I don't want to put the snake through any unnecessary stress. Alright, so since I don't have my pinners, because they're broken, I can't safely restrain the snake to secure it behind the head to get that off. I'm going to go ahead, give him the night. I'm going to put a couple things for him to rub against down there, and because I don't want to hydrate him for too long. And I'm going to go ahead and I'll get him hydrated tomorrow. Gonna go ahead and order myself an express ship set of pinners, just in case we can't get this off the easy way and I actually have to restrain the snake. And yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do. So we'll have to update you on that. There we go. That's what I like to see. Nice fat belly. That's the snake's first actual feeding. This is one of my patternless, which means it has no pattern going down it. It's just solid black. So I'm really excited to see what this one turns into as an adult. Okay, so it's been actually about a month or so, a little over a month since I filmed what you guys have seen up to this point. As you can see behind me, a lot has changed because, you know, you guys know I kind of disappeared for a while. I am going to be doing a video explaining where I was, what I was up to, showing you some clips, but I did film all the way along the way, so I've been kind of going through my footage and trying to create a bunch of videos and get you guys all caught up to speed on where I've been, what I've been up to. As you can see behind me, a lot has changed. I am no longer up in my tiny little room. I have converted my entire basement into my facility, so I got a little over 3,000 square foot to work with, which means there's a lot of room to grow, and we got some killer stuff coming up for you guys in the future. So as far as the video you guys just watched, I was able to get the shed off that snake. A couple days later, I had to order in a new set of pinners so I could get them pinned, restrain them, pull them off. Unfortunately, I didn't film that. I wasn't really worried about filming. I was worried about my snake. All of my babies have been eating very well and growing rapidly. I already got another shed out of each of them, so you guys will be seeing a lot of them coming up. The one thing I want to bring up before the comments get flooded is about the statement that I made about the baby snakes and their venom and not being able to regulate it. This has been kind of a controversy, but this has been a controversy between reptile keepers for quite some time now. A lot of people disagree, a lot of people agree. I am more of the believer that at least for their first couple feedings, that they just quite ain't got it figured out yet and tend to give too much venom to their prey. That's my belief. If you disagree, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I think that everyone's kind of ideas and opinions are always welcome in this industry, but that's where I stand. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that they, you know, for the first couple feedings, that they don't regulate their venom? Do you think they regulate it right out the gate? Some people do, some people don't. I lean more towards the first couple feedings, they dump a lot. Because I'll tell you what, there was a lot of venom sprayed all over that cage. I wish I could have got the filming and I would have remembered to press record when it actually went for that strike. So, with that said, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. There's a lot more videos coming up. I'm going to be very regular. I'm going to be trying to drop at least 2 videos a week. I'm going to try and do them on like a Tuesday and a Friday. And I'm also going to start doing a live down here in my new facility on Wednesdays. Or if I'm on the road, I'll do it wherever I'm at. So let me know in the comments if you guys would be excited, if that'd be something you guys would want to watch and enjoy, is live videos with me, working with animals, working with other people. So, alright, with that said, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for coming to my channel. If you're new, please subscribe, smash that like button, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. We have some absolute crazy videos coming up, some crazy killer enclosure builds, all sorts of stuff, everything moving down to this basement. You guys are not going to want to miss it. So, until the next video, you've been watching What's in Your Backyard. I'm Joe Challoner, and I'll see you next time.